My name is Autumn, and I'm here to help you if you'll let me. Yes, I am the spirit of fall, and I am the spirit of the harvest. But I can feel that your heart is not yet ready for the changing of the seasons, and I want to help you so you can move forward without fear of what's coming. Yes, I can help, but you have to promise to open your whole heart to me. You have to do it honestly and courageously. You think you can? Okay. What I can do for you is take the power within me and share it with you, but only for a moment or two. Yes, because I must see to the harvest, and to the rain, and to the wind, and the earth. Yes. No, that's not true. You are every bit as important as all of those things. That's why I'm here for you. Well, you must first believe it. So, the very, very first thing you must do is tell me, or tell yourself, what it is that you can't let go of. And even if you can't say it to me aloud, say it as clearly and lucidly as you can in your mind. I know it may be scary and daunting, but that is exactly what your courage must be, is undaunted. So take a moment, feel your heart, feel your hopes, and say to me, or say in your own head, what it is you can't let go of. Do it now, and I will listen. Oh, I see. You have been very, very brave, haven't you? Well, others may not always see it, but I do. And that's why I'm here. Are you ready to move forward? Yes. Okay, then we'll begin. I can sense that your heart is pure, but I need you now to open it. Just pry it open. Pry it open more than you think possible. I know it can be hard, but again, courage will guide you. And this is just between you and between me, alright? Yes. That's true. I'm not exactly like you are. I have embodied a human so that we can feel close. But I am Autumn, all around you. And even when you don't see me, you'll feel me in the air. I promise. Okay. So, my powers are of this earth. And so the magic I can perform tonight for you is of the earth, but you must note that earth magic is the slowest magic, and I will show you why. For example, this leaf, which is beautiful and red, crimson maybe, and maybe this leaf will fall on your head, and maybe this leaf will remind you of the lips of someone you once loved. Maybe this leaf will remind you of the color of loss and mortality. Maybe this leaf will remind you of a sunset. But maybe this leaf will give you hope for a sunrise. Yes, change, crux, precipice. That is the nature of fall. That is my nature. But it isn't a fickle or mercurial one, because it is all done with a purpose, with a plan. You hear the rain around us. The rain is not here just to wash away your worry. And the rain is not just here to make you feel connected to the earth and the sky. The rain is here to create. And you too shall create. And we'll do this together. But I must make sure you are ready to receive the gifts of fall, to receive the gifts of life and change. And so first, I am going to reach out and I am going to touch right along your head, right here on your meridian lines, and on the other side. Yes, because it is these lines we call the meridian, where energy is stored, some of our most vital energy. So you can close your eyes, and I am going to just slowly tap along the sides of your head so you are ready to receive the gifts of autumn. Okay? So close your eyes for me. You can begin to feel new. You hear the rain. And you feel your own body begin to melt away as you become a raindrop. Fall, fall, so softly. Falling from an open sky. And that's 3. Rolls and rolls and rolls all the way to a brook. And the brook travels meekly, humbly to a meadow where deer come to drink. And as you pass through the meadow, eventually you become a river, strong and bold and dynamic. And that river rolls, and that river rolls and rolls and rolls, and soon you become a mighty, mighty sea. And in the sea, there are creatures and there's life above, below, within. And you are life, and you are ocean, and you become the docks, the ports, the seasides, the ocean villages and the islands, and the very boats on the water. And on those boats there are people, and one of those people looks just like someone you love. And standing beside your love is someone who is lucky enough to look a lot like you. And now you feel that you're coming back to me. And you feel your body, your essence, and your true self flowing to every fingertip, to every limit of your body. Except now you do not feel limited. You do not feel finite. And now I can begin my real magic. So open, slowly, slowly, slowly. Begin to open, slowly, your eyes. Open your eyes. My magic is of not only this world, but of the earth. And earth magic is made with earth's ingredients. And so I do have everything we'll need to banish your worries, to invoke your own powers of change and agency and some of them may seem quite commonplace, and some of them might seem quite exotic. And that is the nature of magic. It is all around, but nowhere to be seen. And so, I will create a poultice for you, and then I will brush it into your scalp, because the head is where your fears are at, and we are going to do our best to slake them. So, we will need something. We will need oils to represent the water of this earth. And you can hear the water around us now. You can hear the rain. And this oil of the earth will represent water. And water is soft, and water is cleansing. But like you, water is also carving and shaping. Water creates and destroys. But tonight we will create. So we will use this oil of the earth to represent water, and we will make change, a good kind of change. Water is also a parable for us, because you see, without water we could not live. But water may also flood. Water may erode, and water may drown. So we must understand that water can purify and bathe and comfort us. Water can transport us literally. Water can and does sustain us. And so you'll see the dual nature in everything, I hope. Once again, the power to create and the power to ruin. And you must be a force for the former if I am to give you my gifts. Next, we will need a treasure that represents the nature of mankind. For this, we will use something truly precious. We will use saffron, and you can hear it. It's so light, isn't it? Saffron. It is merely a spice. It is merely a novelty. healthy. And yet, even for just the smallest amount, one must pay ample cost. And yet, saffron speaks of luxury. Saffron speaks of opulence. And saffron is somewhat mystical to us still. It is like water, transformative in a way. Saffron, like the Midas touch, can turn almost anything gold. And I can tell that your dreams are so golden, but they are not made of greed and gold. They are made of warmth and glowing sun. And so saffron, simple and commonplace, meant to adorn and be eaten, saffron will stand for the nature of man and woman. Saffron will stand for what we can be, which are creatures of light and love. And what we too often may become, creatures driven by greed and gold. And so, once more we have the perfect parable. Of course, not everything we need comes in a jar, and I must call to the earth now. I must call to the earth to bring me what is needed. And I ask the earth for the help we need and for the tools we need to make you, a very, very special soul, feel pure and ready to move forward. And now we begin. Now the earth has provided not just one leaf that represents death or change, that represents the fall, however you interpret it. Because fall is not just a fall. Fall is not just for what has been. Fall is not just for what is dry and what has run its course. Because fall, though the leaves may do just that, fall is not a fall at all. Fall is also a climb. And you must be your own ladder. because though they may seem to be dying now, all of the flowers and colors of the year, all of the shapes that we hold dear, they're just changing, because leaves will fall and nourish the ground, and life begins. And life begins anew. But do not be fooled or misled. This flower is not last year's flower. This flower is different, nourished by a different sun, seen by different people and alley cats and squirrels. This is a different flower, and different petals and different leaves, so soft. And so we need them all. So we will combine some of the most beautiful bits of summer that still remain with us today. They are strong and beautiful and vibrant, and they are ready to change without fear. And they may never come back exactly the same as they were before, but they come back changed, and I'm so glad they do. So we will take these things, and the old, the new, and the strange. There are things called succulents, which I love. You see, it isn't easy being a season, because you must look after every seedling and every animal that's born. And succulents take care of themselves for the most part. They're strong, and so they don't call out to me as much for water, for light, because it's deep within them. And I see you in that. Yes, I quite see you in all of that. Anyhow, you may find them to be geometrically quite beautiful. I do, but I don't want to boast. We will take all of the beauty here. You will see life and death together, and they hold on because from the death, from the past, from the pain, or from what has been, sprouts life, green, verdant, vibrant life, wild, precious life, like yours. And if you breathe it in, you can smell the fall, the dust and musk of leaves, the fragrance of the little seedlings ready to share these tiny pods with the wind. And so I do invoke the wind to spread your strength and to spread your love north, east, west, south, and farther than you know. But I cannot explain it to you. We will take all of these things and finally, essentially, we will pluck and carry with us a reminder of color, of beauty, of inspiration. And we see that it can fade, that it grows weak and weary. But the nature of beauty is to inspire. And we see that opening up shows a whole different set of colors and the potential for new life through and through. So we will pluck and we will take each petal as a gift. And we will take each tiny piston as a promise of what's to come. Now, what we must do is bring them all together, because my time here with you is limited and finite. And so, I must give you something, and you will be able to invoke all of your strength and all of my love as you need it. But know that first and foremost, it comes from you. So, we will put together all of the petals, and we'll put together all of the gifts of the earth, all of the gifts of the seasons, my sisters. We'll put the past, the present, so lively and willing to bend, but never break. And we'll put reminders of today, yesterday, and autumns from long ago, all together, like the story of your life that you are still writing. And we won't be afraid of the change of things. And we won't be afraid to let go of things, even the beautiful things that have felt so important. Sometime we must part. I know that there are days when you wish you could have other days back. There are days when you wish that certain days hadn't happened at all. And for some reason, which as a season I can't quite grasp, you remember some days perfectly, and some days you don't remember at all. Finally, we must ask for the most formative and the most dangerous of all the elements to bless this change, and that is the element of fire. And so, we must ask fire to give us a light, to give us a way. But we must remember that sometimes fire can be dangerous, and we must first have it within us. Fire is essential and so scary. But I promise, there's nothing to fear. Not from light. And we must think of light as the truth. We must think of light as the path. So don't be afraid to ask questions. Don't be afraid to doubt. Fire wills you to. Fire may seem indiscriminate sometimes, but light always asks you to see the truth, to accept it, to embrace it, and to change only what you can and what you will. Now, there is one last thing, and I have been keeping it for a very long time. I am autumn, but this is more than I am. It's more than winter. It's more than summer. This is the gift and the hope of spring. And with spring comes the promise of new life, the promise of rewards, the promise of refuge, and the promise of something beautiful waiting for you. And I have kept this just for you. And now we will open it. The gift of spring. The gift of life anew. Please you must fill yourself with the scent, the fragrance of soft, soft rain, of sunlight on the grass, of the world you hope to live in someday, not the world we are in. Because I'll tell you, truly, though I am strong, I fear sometimes too. But I believe in spring, my sister. I believe in something that I can't quite fathom. Something which I can't always articulate. And something that you call hope. And so I give you hope. I give you life. I give you a beginning. A little bud. And this is my precious gift to you. And now, we'll put it all together. And I shall mix it. And finally add my own element, my own power, my own domain, and that is Earth. You can hear it. Hear the earth, the soil, the earth that is precious, and that I watch over. Earth may be the slowest moving of the elements. Earth may be the most practical, the most earthly of all the powers. But Earth is life and the guarantee of the cycle of life, the guarantee of spring, the guarantee of fall. And I will dig my fingers into the earth, and it is dark, and the earth is deep, and the earth holds everything. And we are both, though we are different, are of this earth, are we not? So, I shall add earth to our mix, and we shall have all the elements in our favor, and we shall have blessings of every season, of every attitude, and we will have a harmony between questioning, between reworking, between adapting, between loving and fearing, between heart and head, between beauty and substance. And we see, at the end of it all, balance. We see similarities. We see connections. We see intrinsic lines. We open our hearts and we see from the dirt there's life. But when it goes back, when we see it no longer, don't worry. It doesn't mean that it's no longer there. Just like the smile on your face, life never goes away for long. Of course, I can get my hands dirty all I want, but you must know how to use this magic, and so I will show you. I will give you all you need. Then from this, you will sweep up just bits of the earth. And it may sound strange, but you must anoint yourself and accept yourself. You must arm yourself in the elements so that you can both feel and accept the gifts of the season, and you can also ward away the dangers, the fears, and the anxieties. And any time you feel like you need to panic, know that all you must do is listen to the voice of the season, to the voice of the universe, to know that we are there. And we may seem without meaning. We may seem without cause. But our truth is in you. And I will show you now. You must take the gifts of the earth, and I will brush them even from my hand, which has helped to move and create them. And I will brush onto your forehead, onto your cheeks, onto your nose and your ears. I will brush just a bit of the earth. See? You will brush it. And it may seem so silly, but it is a reminder of where we come from. And you can brush along your neck and feel how soft the earth below you is. So, Would you like me to try? Yes, of course I can. So, once more, I take up the earth and the gifts of the seasons. I brush them together. I brush, brush, brush. I brush and brush and brush. And I promise you a beautiful, beautiful autumn. Now, are you prepared to receive the gifts of the season? Are you prepared to let go? Don't worry. Letting go, it doesn't mean forgetting. It doesn't mean giving up. It doesn't mean giving in or surrendering. Letting go means you are resolved to take the gift of your life that is precious, that is yours, and to love it. Okay, we're ready to finish the ritual. And you may close your eyes once more, and I will brush the earth around you. Now, as you close your eyes, I will begin to anoint you with the magic of the earth. Though it may look like soil and plant, when I brush it onto you, it becomes translucent, clean, and purifying. Feel the power of the season, of the earth, and from within. Not a trace of earth or plant or flower or leaf will be detectable on your skin. Rather, the power of hope and the power of life and renewal will remain clean and soft on your skin and as feather light as stardust. Feel yourself begin to accept, begin to move on, begin to transform. Feel the burden of the seasons past easing slowly and becoming weightless. Feel the purity of the earth and all the other elements as you are part of earth and fire and wind and sea. And when we are done cleansing and purifying you, brushing and brushing the essence of autumn onto your head and into your dream, then I will take what remains of our little concoction and bury it in the earth. And it will stay in the earth. And as the leaves and flowers begin to decay, you will find that the fears and worries that have a hold on you will decay as well. Eventually, they will become dust. And beyond that, they will nourish new life. And all the passion and insight you've gained from your worries will grow into something beautiful. There. Just brushing. Every little bit of my love and your power. Now you can slowly begin to open your eyes. Just as I hope you know that I believe in you always. But it's not enough just to think it. And as you've needed me tonight, I know someone else needs you more than you could imagine. So take your own hope, your own confidence and love and warmth, and please bottle it and store it for someone else. Because the most beautiful gift we can give in any season is the gift of reciprocity. That we do all we can, not just to feel our love, but to openly show it. So once you start to feel a little bit better, a little bit more like you again, and once you start to see the leaves change, and they will change if I have anything to do with it, and when you hear the rain, and you see the rivulets of water along the side of the street, think of the person you love. Think on who might need you most. And please share my gifts and your gifts with them generously, openly, and imperfectly. that is the true cycle of life, of love, and of the season. And now, I'm going to use my powers, which are significant as we have established, and send you to a sleep that is divine, that is restful and full of inspiring dreams. You will dream, though you may not remember, but tonight you will dream of the most powerful love you feel. You will dream of the life that you're meant to have, the ladder you're climbing, and you will, most importantly, dream of the person who needs you most. And finally, and preciously, the person who you will become. I, of course, have seen many things. I understand the nature of change. So, perhaps I already know who you will become. Perhaps I already see who you are, really. Perhaps I even see beyond affectations and doubts. I see that you are, to tell you a secret, almost there already. It's true. You are almost the person you will be tomorrow.